see how this one kind of falls apart.
Falls apart. Nice start.
Couldn't think of a better way to say that.
What could possibly go wrong? 2 crashes, surely not a third.
Yeah.
Lightning never strikes 3 times, but twice for that. Oh, late out of spawn.
I was worried for a moment.
I hesitated. There we go. Maluki's in, and so are the Renegades as we get into a BO3 between these two. Right down middle for the Team 1 side. They do not wait, but Renegades do. Patient in the old middle, holding on to this apartment player, PRT, who's trapped, and Malbs will bail him out. Lovely stuff. Skull's not even needed. Maluki backing up on B as Renegades try and get the site, but they need the bomb to get much further, and that's been dropped back at the ramp. They never knew Team 1 were deep down middle. Hats and ins just doing what they can, but that surely won't be enough with 4 USPs fighting them down the bottom of mid.
Well, the numbers, they are dwindling, and Renegades left in a 2-on-4. We got Hats down here in the bottom of Banana, and alongside him, In's trying to group up, trying to regain control of this bomb. Now, the 2 players that are going to be fighting them are both low. Maybe that gives you a chance, but it's Pesadello who should have this round locked in on this little wrap. There's 1, and not quite 2. Ooh, it got a little bit scary. But luckily enough, it all comes together for Team 1. They get that round, and now they're looking for some conversions to get off to a good start here.
I like the confidence we're already seeing right out the gate, right? Just moving right down middle, taking those fights to Renegades, not letting them set up. You know Renegades are going to be in a bit of a wounded state after recently losing Dexter, and obviously, you know, that's a big boost to fill, not just in the fragging department, but in the leading as well. So, yeah, that's something that falls in the favor of Team 1 in this series, but we'll see. Well, I mean, they've had their own changes, right? There's plenty to talk about on the Team 1 side. Some new names on our screen, Skulls specifically. Barton over to Godsend. We've got a couple of additions, the 6-man roster. Malbs is a big talking point, but we'll save that for later.
All right now, man, we
this guy,
we love Malbs, and I'm very, very glad because it feels like the community is really starting to love Malbs as well. I think especially since he's been in EU as well, everyone's really enjoyed playing with him. I saw he got an HLTV article as well, which is always good. Like, this guy was great, man. We spoke to him so much doing those NA games, and he was always down for a chat. You know, embarking on this decision to join a Portuguese-speaking team, having to pick up the language. Quite the dedication. And his talent in this server is not something to be understated, man. He really is looking like a hot prospect. We got to wait and see for all that, man. Bigging up his talents, but this round's just a little anti-eco, so it's one that might slip under the radar in the grand scheme of things. Malta, knife out. That's him out of the round, and this little mowdown going to come through nice and swiftly here. The Glocks, perhaps unsurprisingly, not getting away with anything.
Meat, potatoes, it's all served up on the plate, Harry. We got the guns in round number 3 for the Renegades, and Team 1 is still running bonus, so relying on this utility to get some early damage. Do Renegades want to trifle with the banana out of spawn, knowing that Team 1 will have all the mollies and HEs in the world? 3 players going there as well. I like that. They've been playing solo or double B, so this is the round to put numbers there. Luki with the 1 FAMAS. Doesn't want to fight down middle. You don't want to give up the A pick when you have triple B out of the gate, right? Because that could easily leave the T's running towards A and overwhelming the 1 player alive. Maluki stays alive, and a rotate comes off of that B bomb site. So standard start here for Team 1. They commit with the SMG down bottom B. I feel like we never see players commit there, and they're not doing it now. Skulls, he takes logs, and then before the smoke phase, he backs up, not wanting to offer up, you know, a position that can be cleared by Renegades easily. But I feel like in a round like this with SMGs, it would be nice to have a player ready at the car to swing and trade your logs player. Either way, they're going to gamble with it. Move back out of banana as Renegades start to take face, right? They gave this position up early, knowing the utility would be available, and now they're taking banana in the mid-round. Team 1 still have the smokes to stop this push, but only 1.
very patient thus far. Not really a lot going on either side. Like, no one's even really seen each other yet. Finally, that silent streak might get broke. I mean, it's going to have to. There's 25 seconds left. Eventually, someone is to see someone. They wait for that smoke to fade outside of B. Malta coming in on this late lurk. So they're planning for success here. If this B site's taken, Malta has got a free path to wreak havoc in the back line and cut down these rotations. But it does rely on this B site getting taken. And Team 1, they're playing to deny this bomb plant. They run through. Malbs drops the bomb, and he's locked in the round. That's it. It's all said and done. 3 on the board for Team 1. And Renegades, they take far too long there to pick up speed, to get into that bomb site. And it allows these SMGs to do exactly that, to just fall back through the smokes, play to deny that bomb. And the moment it's dropped by Malbs, man in question, by the way, the one that we were talking about, saying, you know, just wait and see what this guy's got up his sleeve. They're there to put the round up.
Yeah, like a nice lurk from Malta. He hits every great timing, but it's more just like the awareness of Team 1. Pesadeo, he didn't know he was getting flanked, but he rotated at the perfect time that he wasn't killed until, you know, the round felt like it was unwinnable anyway, thanks to Malbs. Just putting pressure through the CT smoke. Malta's kill doesn't really change anything with the bomb getting denied, and Renegades now rely on one man and one gun on Alistair. Pistols elsewhere. The accidental save has to do a lot in this one. Got Pesadeo lining up flashes for a bit of a reaggression. Will PRT be up for the task, or will he just give it up with the smoke down, stopping this push again? Really stalling things out. Team 1 playing slow and steady. Malta gets picked in middle, and Renegades set up a boost inside of that B bomb site, looking to peek over the smoke as another boost comes in CT. So kind of denied. No one getting given anything. Step in spawn gets heard. Will that bait them in? Even if it does, the boost is going to be a hard spot to clear. And they aren't considering it.
Well, they do get the information. This AK is good for 1. That's pretty much the extent of it. Great little mowdown from Pesadelo and Team 1 onto 4. This slow play, man, Team 1 have got the perfect response. Like, you know, going that slow only works if Team 1 are willing to let it work and give away any of those early challenges, any of those early fights. It's another one of these rounds where they get a man advantage, they tuck in, they hide, and they just kind of force you to have to commit into B. You know, you've got 30 seconds, you got to go. You have to get in, and that doesn't happen. The door's closed. Renegades in with another buy. Sicko this time, AWP out. Looking for that early mid pick. Doesn't get anything from it. Bit more of an exchange down here towards Banana this time around as the utility is swapped back and forth. We were speaking to Golden recently. He was saying this Banana fight with the utility is key to deciding who emerges the victor.
Victor of what?
Banana control, Hugo. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. A firm grasp, and Renegades finally have it. Sat towards the top of car, ready with a couple of smokes to go in for this execute. This third rotate from Maluki is well timed. Are they going to be able to get in? There's no time to drop grenades. It's all about spraying through the smoke. Skulls can't find a thing. Pesadeo back of the site and drops the smoke to buy himself a bit of room. He's got one. Oh, swing for a second as well. Skulls actually helps him out with that kill. And Sicko's trapped by the Molotov, cordoned off through the smokes. Go Skull, and he's going to pay for it. 2 on 3. Plenty of time for the Renegades, but Maluki is not waiting around. He charges in, and that draws enough attention for Pesadeo to close it out. Team 1 are looking very, very comfortable right now. They've got all the answers. Renegades, we've already seen them today having trouble on the T side of this map, right? Think back to that game against Mouse Sports, where a significant lead lost in the long run to their old in-game leader. Oh, how the tables have turned.
And one of the things that, you know, we learned in that interview before this game is ever since Shrekster left, this isn't his swamp anymore. Now someone else is at the helm of Renegades, and they haven't told us who it is. They don't want us to know, keeping it concealed.
Kind of respect that, you know. Like, there's only so long that can last, but keep your opponents on their toes, keep them guessing, and maybe a bit of fluidity between the two, right? Maybe not even one consistent man calling every single round. Nice smoke shot for Maluki. But another B contact play with no utility. Or Pesadero, he drops it. He doesn't know they're right here, but he gets a smoke down in time. They charge through, but he's ready for that. And double kill for Pesadero. Finding one more would be everything. And I don't know how he gets out so well. If they just swung him when he dropped off the boost, he was a dead man walking. He was switching nades. And instead, they just, I don't know, they respect it. Just that little bit too much. Some nerves, perhaps, for Renegades. Team 1 build and build some more. 6-0, flawless on this CT side.
I love these over-the-shoulder shots.
Yeah.
Bastion was working on them a hell of a lot. We spoke to him about it. He's been...
Faber Saber.
Yeah, the Faber Saber. Bit of a whack from it in this round as Sicko's opened up on that AWP. So Pesadelo's down and out for the count. Now that mid aggression is out of there, man. Like Skulls, he runs all the way down mid only to just leave. Doesn't want to throw any more kills away. And so finally, Renegades have the advantage. They remember someone's going to go back for that bomb, so that's going to be left to Sicko. Lukey with the AWP, good for the first, but the trade is immediate from Hats. And so once again, we end up in this kind of slowdown, right? This bit of limbo where Renegades try and figure out where they want to end up, what the defense is, what the damage is across this map. Oh, nice retake of Banana. I love that, right? They flash Malbs in, and now they know it's not B. So Team 1 are already rotating back towards this A site. They're going to get here nice and quickly. Skulls, even one kill would be enough. And yeah, he gets it. It's down to the 2-on-2. And it's not one of these situations where, you know, they're left rotating in now as the bomb's going down. Instead, they're already here, primed and ready for the retake. And that's thanks to that Banana aggression. Sicko caught out trying to hide, and now just Malta left standing. Tagged up, they're spamming him. What?
They caught the edge of him somehow, Harry. I don't know how they got so much damage off. He couldn't see a thing. He had no idea where he was dying from. And Malbs with a 3-piece on the retake as well. Wins the round out for Team 1. This is a dominant start right now. I mean, both these teams respectively top of... well, I don't want to say top of their region because that doesn't really apply for Team 1. But top of MDL in their region, or Premier as it is now. Obviously, Renegades hugely dominant in Oceanic, but Team 1, Brazilian team that moved to North America and swept MDL. Like, they're now in Pro League. They're in a great position. Right now, it's showing. All the results are there. You know, I think what's a funny storyline for Renegades, Harry, is they've been on a 10-event winning streak in Oceania. You want to know the last event that Renegades played that they didn't win?
Go on.
IEM Katowice 2020, where they go 13th to 16th in last place, or one of the last teams. And after that event, 10 winning streak, and here we are now a year later. So is this their reset? Is this them dropping out last and then going on another 10-win streak? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of a cool link, right? Last event they didn't win was Katowice last year, and here they are once again giving it another go.
Oh, it's all very, very awkward and ugly over here in top mid. They shuffle. Team 1, I mean, with what they've shown us so far, it wouldn't surprise me if they were looking to retake this top mid area. And yeah, they do swing it with the flash to take all this ground back. They've cancelled Renegades out. All that utility, all that swapping of util in top middle was hoping to force Team 1 back. But then Renegades ease off, looking like they wanted to go back to Banana. They all grouped up there to clear it, and in doing so, they allowed Team 1 to flash themselves back in, take that territory away, and now your hands are tied. You know, you don't have that mid control you need for the A play, so it's into this B site. Mobs with the first, and they still haven't been able to flush him out. He lives to tell the tale. It's left onto Hats in the 1v5. The nade does good damage, but Mobs holds the line. And Team 1 are on to 8. Renegades still with nothing to their name.
The amount of rounds that Team 1 have used that boost in CT spawn and it hasn't been cleared, like, that needs to change now. Renegades, every time they go B, they need to look at that spot from now on. And the worst part about that is, look at how many of these rounds, this wasn't the example, but how many of these rounds CT isn't smoked and the boost is still getting away with kills. Like, if the CT isn't smoked, that boost should just be useless. You're so open, you're so exposed, but Renegades haven't been clearing it. They haven't even been looking at it. So that's the punish play coming through. Some great ideas in this game for Team 1. Renegades getting scared. Malta said earlier, you know, in that interview with Frankie, that he'd rather get 16-0'd than get 16-14. Well, you've been 16-14 today, and right now you're yet to field a round. You can do the maths.
I hope it doesn't happen to him, but...
Yeah, would be a cruel, twisted fate, wouldn't it?
Oh, here's the top mid flood. Skull's not able to regain control, and Maluki's getting pressured. A couple of missed shots, and now they get closer, but the USP, keeps it all coming up in favor of Team One. He drops the bomb, and now Albs down here in the bottom of mid might get blindsided by Inns. And, he looked at him twice, and now he hears the footsteps. All right.
Come on.
Oh, I didn't like it.
Twice, Harry.
Inns is like a T-Rex. If someone's standing still, he can't see them.
Ooh.
He sees based on movement. 1v3 to find. Bomb down. 35 seconds at an empty B-bomb site. Could try going back, but they would hear him. Instead, looks to go through the smoke, but Maluki's not missing a beat. As a Team One are on to 9. It's always scary when Maluki's looking good. I feel like when we were watching him last year, right, like he would have these games where he would be very, very quiet and he would struggle to get back into it. But it's like the moment he picks up momentum and he's got that confidence behind him, he is very, very scary to deal with on the AWP. And also, he's a pretty damn good clutcher with the AWP even. So that's something they've got in their back pocket for later on.
Keep in mind, this guy's calling the shots.
Yeah, as well, right? Yeah.
Like, he does it all.
I always think maybe that's why in the clutches he just feels so good, is because, like, finally, he's just worrying about himself. He has a good read on the game, right? He has like a very good understanding of what his opponents would likely do.
Yeah, he hits some great shots there, right? Pulls out the pistol after a couple of whiffed AWP shots and straight up dinks the player swinging him, cleans it up. And 9-0, I mean, beautiful for Team One, really. Nothing else you can ask for. For Renegades, they're struggling to get anything, right? Their B executes have been pretty poor. Like, we haven't seen a proper execute go well for them. The only time they've really gotten a spot to plant, well, that was where Malbs, in round 4, Malbs, I think round 3, Malbs runs through the smoke and denies a plant with 5 seconds. That's the closest Renegades have been to a good position in this game. So definitely trouble there, but they've been winning out the banana fight late. Like, we never see them there early, but they're fine with retaking it, and Team One are giving them a lot of respect in that position. So I'm surprised to see the Renegades aren't like running, you know, double molly executes into the back of B and flushing out some of these positions so they can actually worry about the boost for a change. I would like to see that. Renegades have been given a lot of room and they should do something with it, but Team One finally closed the door and chased down Malta in the apartments, the double halls push to find a kill.
And yeah, it's just that hard drive in through the apartments right now leaves Team One in another solid state to be in. You know, Malbs flashed in towards the top of Banana, just retaking that control, gets the info that no one was there. They boost up in CT. They're not rotating away yet. Now someone has to check the boost eventually, right? They've fallen prey to it too many times now.
Look at the read.
Maluki already here. That AWP to try and fool them, to try and get the attention and draw it away from the boost. The flash is good, but no one's there to peek on the back of it. There's all the utility to rain through. Maluki puts up the first, and they didn't check it the first time, but Sicko will.
Nice.
Smart man, spams it and deals with Malbs. They even flush out Pesadello, and now they might be able to get this bomb down. It's the tag to Sicko, but not the killing blow. And so finally, Team One are tasked with a retake into this B-bomb site in a 3-on-3. Alistair peeking down through the banana. 2 coming his way, and he's only good for 1. So that's going to leave it on Skulls and Maluki.
Yeah, Maluki, you said he was a good AWP clutcher. He's got to show us now. He's got a crossfire to deal with. Back of the site, clearing it, but Hat is fast, and it's going to be Renegades on the board. About time. AWP saved as well. Yeah, Sicko, hero of the round, right? Like, clears the boost after Hats doesn't check it. It's fine not checking it as the first guy, right? Like, especially if you're running underneath it and you're crossing the pool. You know, obviously, you're going to get peeked from the site at some point. And so Hats crosses, but Sicko does get that spam in. Hats clears the backside player, and even though the AWP put them in a really good position where they could have played retake, where they lose both players, both B anchors, and at that point, it's a very difficult round. Renegades find their first. Can they keep it up? Maluki AWPing down Banana, but they are right in his face. Over the top, Hat's jumping over his opponents, but he can't see a thing. He's shooting the ground. Malves finding ins in the meantime. Maluki gets shot through the wall at the top of B by the AWP.
What is happening?
A mess. There's 2 more CTs here. One's hidden behind the sandbags. That will not be expected, but there's a smoke down, and that, that draws a Renegade's interest once again. There's a third man. Are they ready?
This is chaos. This is a very, very messy banana take, really, from all parties. You know, there was just smokes down everywhere. You're trying to retake it if your team won before you've even given it up. Renegades, are they still going to commit to B? Because Team 1 have just gamble stacked this bomb site, and that is the right read to make. PRT blindsides them. There's the lineup. And Malves is there fighting alongside him to steal away another from the Renegades and put 10 on the board, double digits for Team 1.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, that was a 4-on-3 on the Exec as well, but Team 1 just read it so perfectly. Why would they not put everyone back on that B bomb site with the sheer numbers they saw from Renegades? It's not like Renegades have had much success elsewhere in the map. Eags and a Galil. Maluki back to mid. He's going to try and take a shot down ult with the molly down. Oh, wow, that looked dead on, but bait, peek. The old jiggle wiggle. Esteo pushing B. Is he going to commit this time? Is he just going to stick in his spot forever and hope the Renegades aren't ready for it if they go back to Banana? Because if they don't go back to Banana, he can fast flank this mid play, and that's exactly what's going on. Pop down the middle, but that gives it away, and he doesn't finish the kill. PRT is still picking up a couple, but Renegades have now crafted a path back to B, and if they get this frag, that would open it up perfectly, but Malves finally finishes the spray and drops the smoke as well. Ins doesn't want to use all his ammo. Malves will escape on the reload. He keeps a few shots for the safety. Reload does eventually come through. Malves hasn't moved. It might be expected that he's run right back up Banana, but instead he's going to go and give it another go. Re-smoked by his teammate. Bomb drop. Nice shot, but a 1v3 for Ins.
Well, he's got the bomb, but will he be ready for PRT pushed up over here in the bedroom? He was ready for it, fair play, but you know, when you're that low, you're just running out hoping that PRT misses. It's 11 on the board for Team 1. Renegades still up the creek without a paddle, it feels like. Great stuff from Maluki with that little mid kill to really help secure that round, the aggression down Banana. It's one of those rare situations where actually the flash is what kind of throws it away. If that was just the dry peek, right, they wouldn't have known that he was there. But it does get the attention of Renegades. That was their opportunity. They just weren't able to do anything with it. And look at the confidence. Well, oh, don't look at it too long, though.
Yeah, I mean, Team 1 have been masters of pacing in this game as well, right? Like, they've know when to push, know when to not, and it's about time that they start, you know, getting punished for some of this aggro moving, but still, it's a trade. PRT finding Malta, that's absolutely fine for Team 1. They are only 2 at the B bomb site, but I say only. They've managed to hold it down there every time. Finally, Molly's being set up towards B. We haven't really seen that too much. Smoke down in CT, Malves blind, gets one bullet in, does some damage, but it's down to the blind spray through the smoke, through the flashes, and finally conceding the site. Renegades are going to be given a plant here, or at least a chance to plant. Will they get away with it? That's a whole different kettle of fish.
Oh, the Molly will deny it, and now they assemble this boost. Molotov forcing players out means that a kill might be waiting in the wings. Malves really putting on a show, and there's number 3. It's all Alistair left up in the clutch. Out through Banana, smoke goes down, he's given a little bit of a window, and there's the first. Malves out of the round, but they are on that bomb, and he's got to go through. PRT meets his maker as well, but the bomb is stuck, so Alistair gets all the kills, but doesn't win the round. T1 up onto 12.
Yeah, he physically couldn't have done more there, right? Like, that's the best play from him, but it's also the best play from Maluki, just to get on that bomb as tight as he can, covered by the boxes. It's not a Banana plant. Keep in mind, Renegades wanted to plant for Banana, but denied by the utility, denied by the boost. They had to go for that blue stick, and so Alistair, yeah, it's just his post plant is not built for the bomb plant, and that's a nice try, but not today. Look at them go, man. Team 1 are just full of answers, full of ideas, and Sicko blinded in Banana, sows his opponent's mouths. Oh, he's been nailing them, but finally punished. If BRT carried on the spray, that would have been a second. Instead, he grabs a gun and scarpers out of Banana. 4-on-4.
Hang on, go back in. Second time around,
Nice.
second time's the charm. Maybe even a third attempt. Mola decides, I ain't fighting that guy. Gonna try and get out over here through Boilet. There's a lot of damage, but not the killing blow. Couple of whiff shots here from these Team 1 guys, and they'll continue. They've almost killed everyone, but there's no rewards for almost killing. Renegades, are they just going to apps drop into Maluki? The AWP, probably the most unideal gun for this situation. You know, everyone is a matter of, well, you could end this whole round in 4 bullets. With the AWP, you could end it in 3, but it's the wrap in through behind that should seal the deal. How does he get out of there? Maluki, still alive, and now set up for the retake. Okay. Malta gets into the pit. And there's the peak, there's the kill. Maluki out, PRT left in this one, 1v2. Has Malta to worry about as that first point of contact, and then Hats holding this crossfire to deny a short walk. But are they ready for the apps play?
Oh, I like this. Very tight for Renegades, not giving a kill, not giving anything, but the head's been spotted, and Solo, he should be able to finish the job, dropping in, chasing this frag, and the re-peek is there. Oh, that's just so important. The Hats actually goes for that fight, right? He could have stayed tucked on the box for the bomb, but that's a very big risk, and you're just hoping you don't get cleared at that point. So important trade coming through, and yeah, Renegades, they win the round. It felt like it was a Team 1 round, given how well Maluki was playing, but eventually overwhelmed. And Renegades just looking for anything at the end of the half, finding a second, that'll do. Here it is, pick up early and middle. It's about time. We got some aggro move for Team 1, right down the middle, pushing the perimeter. Sicko scopes back up for a second, and Skulls double D's him down to a third. This guy is crazy. Top of middle, he actually just spotted that as well, coming off of the angle. He's getting trapped from ramp though, caught with nades in hand, switching back to the AK and punish, but the trade is in for Malbs, and we know this guy can be cold as ice. Back up the ramp, but he's dead, and Renegades find a third. They salvage something, which is better than nothing, but let's see if we have even more in that second half. Join us after.
Team One, they are off to a blinding start, and Renegades, things were a little bit slow out of the gate, and then never really got any better either past that. They managed to get just a handful of rounds, 3 at the end of that first half, and that really means that their fate is now hanging in the balance on the basis of this pistol round that's about to be up on our screens. Renegades, it was a pretty dismal look in that first half. It was really hard to find anything to get excited about. Even the rounds that they did get came down to the wire. They always looked scary, and some of them, it felt like it was just Team One even, you know, like really wanting to put an end to a round, like put a round to bed and then throwing it away. Can Renegades wipe that slate clean and get a pistol round locked in and then try and build something? Because you're so close to defeat, like you are teetering on the edge, and it's not going to take much to push you over.
Yeah, what is good is the Renegades managed 9 rounds against Mousesports on the CT side of Inferno earlier. That was where they started. They did have trouble on the T side, right? They couldn't close that game, but the first half was good. So let's see if they can try and replicate some of that. But it's just up against such insurmountable odds. And an opponent that is red hot right now and not looking to throw this one away. Resmoke at B, but the apartments play is the plan for Team One. Alistair waiting close at the P2K. Hats is going to spot players leaving B as well. That's big information that this B plays are fake, but the entry has come through as Alistair gets into the apartments dead. Hats is trapped at the bottom of porch, and Sicko tapped for the P2K at range. Hats is just absolutely cornered right now. Nothing he can do. The Molotov player is just baiting him from the top, and he should be dead to short, but he gets covered from long by Inns, who doubles up, making this round interesting. After all, through the smoke for Malta, that is crazy. Renegades are trying to crush this site, trying to trap Team One in the pit, and they've done a good job of doing so, but the bomb is going to run B.
This is weird now. Skulls left in the pit, trying to hold on. Not good for anything. So they've dealt with him. The kit's dropped at Speedway. I was hoping that we were going to see one of them make a break for that and go get it. But instead, they're looking for this immediate retake. And Pesadello might be surprised by the pacing of this one. In's waiting close. Hats went for the long rotate, and he didn't get the kit. That's something that could come back to haunt Renegades. Pesadello not considering it, and that's because Inns has been tucked. But there's the timing shot, and now not having that kit could matter a hell of a lot, because Pesadello, he's got the bomb kind of planted for him here at Banana. That's just sticking the defuse, but yeah, that's not going to work. He gets back in, and that's it. The round's locked in for Team One. Suddenly, you see that if he had that kit, I think that would have been the round. Yeah. Like, he was on that bomb for a long old while, and the fact that he actually rotates through CT, it is a bit of a mystery why they didn't pick it up. Maybe it wasn't commed, but it potentially has just cost them that pistol round.
It's like 3 seconds, or not even, right? He's on short, and he goes through CT, but it's like, yeah, you can just run into the A site, especially after you kill Skulls, who jumps out of the pit. Like, being real, Skulls makes a crazy move by actually getting aggressive there. He just needs to stay alive, but he's thinking that they've already left to go and chase down his teammate in B. And at that point that you've killed Skulls and you know the bomb is B, you may as well go and get the kit. Yeah, that's a bit of an oversight perhaps, but a weird round anyway from Renegades, and Team One are going to steal it. This whole game has been a little bit topsy-turvy, a bit sideways, upside down, as the Oceanic region is often regarded as, but for no other reason than geographical. Well, let's see if they can put themselves on the map right here, right now. Shots like that, you're going to struggle. Malbs is looking crispy, and into the B-bomb site, they don't go. The smoke denies it. And Team One, even at a 13-3 scoreline, when there's a solo B player, they could have just run through the smoke and probably closed the round. But I like how much respect they're giving there, and how they're not willing to throw away an anti-force buy and give Renegades a chance back in. But that's a great shot for Alistair. And maybe Renegades have a chance after all.
Yeah, they didn't want to leave Malta on a little island, so they've rotated Sicko around. But ultimately, that's weakened this A-site defense, and that's where Team One are looking to end up. PRT, there's 2 players pressuring him, and we'll get the first. That's trades it. Now, the only man that stands between Team One and this A-bomb site, and with 30 seconds, they're not pressed for time just yet, but they do want to be, shaking a leg a little bit here. Out they go with the flash. Malta trying to go for another smoke dive, and this time it will work better. Pesadello with the 180. All right, he's made it interesting. It's just Sicko. have to try and remove the low HP player
Uh-oh.
for Team One. He's getting aggressive. He's looking for the kill. And there it is. Pesadillo with the clutch at 15 points of health. A 180 in there to make the 1v3 happen. You love to see it. Team One, they're on to 14. And with that force buy coming through for Renegades, this might be GG.
Yeah, and because of the position that Pesadillo plants as well towards CT, looking to play long, because of how deep he is, Sicko's running on the rotate, which is fine, but that gets heard, and that usually wouldn't be heard, right? Because the bot, you're so expectant of the bomb to be default or inside of the site, and the player never to go long in a post bomb. But Pesadillo knew he had that room off of the B rotate, so yeah, Sicko gets heard, and that's going to be the easy close to the clutch. I wouldn't even call that like a misplay for Sicko, though. It's just unfortunate that, you know, that's how Pesadillo plays it, considering he walks just a step too late. Either way, from bad to worse, 14-3. Renegades, they've got almost nothing to show for it. Team One might just explode into B. Oh, how? How does Maluki get that kill? I don't know.
Oh, the utility. Oh, mother of mercy. Molt is gone. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. B site belongs to Team One. Sicko and the gang are on their way to a winner here, and they know it. They're falling out. They're bowing out. They're giving over 15. And probably the map. I hate to have to say it, but that's how it's looking right about now. There hasn't really been much to get hopeful about yet for the Renegades. And the money is lending to that pretty crushing defeat. You know, like, you can't look at this and go, wow, well, at least with the save, they're going to be bringing out rifles, they're going to be feeling good. They're broke. It's a shame as well, because, like, you know, if this was an 11-4 half, say, you know, and then you were making this call there, at least you would have the max loss. Saving with players would allow you to bring rifles out. But you don't got that now.
You don't. Yeah, and the saddest part, Harry, is Renegade's map pick. Not what you need to start the series to potentially set yourself up for elimination. Team One. One round is all they need here to close this. Sicko scouting down mid. Jump into the pit, but he's not going to be able to hit the shot. It's fast up bolt for Team One instead. They've tried their hand at B. Now give him mid a bit of love as well. Wally's ready on the long side, but actually I say that Alice step against a rotate B for some reason. A call is made, but it's not the right one because Team One have sped up towards the A site. They've taken the room that's been given on long. Alice is being hunted through the smoke from Maluki. Mal's on the site with a double, jumping on top of the box, and everyone is dead. It is a absolute slaughter. Only Malta trapped in the library, and well, he might have to read a book during the break because Team One are going to be finding this first. 16-3, it's not even close, and the Renegades map pick goes by the wayside. Team One now moving to their choice in just a moment.